Hello, the game has started. It's me to go first. I've got a balanced rack, but I can't see a bingo here. I could play game or mega, keeping ACE. Is there a 5-letter play? I'm just slightly worried about the vowel heaviness of ACE. Well, I think this is quite a good 3-letter rack leave. Fairly promising. There could be an 8 here. But I don't think there's a 7. Not too many floaters to consider. I can't see anything with the M. Although that looks close to something, and I can't see anything with the G. Now, my opponent has provided the Z, so I can play in column 11. It would be nice to get rid of the U. And I could do that with auto. And also with counter, and counter scores more. And I think the extra 6 points is worth getting, even though the rack leave is worse, because I don't think the rack leave is 6 points worse. Well, that's quite a kind pickup, having kept 2 vowels. Close to a bingo. I haven't seen one yet. I've got the ing ending, but that doesn't really go well with the rest of the rack. Close to biogenic. Close to bisognio. But that's not, neither of those requires the right floater. I'm 1 tile out on my rack, so again I'm going to be rack balancing. I've got a G for going after Tsar. So I may have a play in column 12. Well, I've got Nog. It would be quite nice to play off the B as well, because that's not particularly bingo-y. I could play Begone at I2, which would certainly clear the rack out. It would, however, provide a lot of floaters and not score very much, so probably isn't optimal. So what else do I have in column 12 apart from Nog? Wow, nice bingo by my opponent. 98 points. And he's provided quite a few floaters, so I need to have a quick look at these, see if any of them give me a bingo. Nothing with the D. Nothing with the S. Okay, so I can't see a bingo. Now, I was expecting my opponent to take out the Tsar spot. He hasn't. So I've got neg here, but that's keeping EBIO, and that's a pretty rubbish rack leave. And I'm only getting 27 points for neg. I'm wondering if disproven is good. It would be pretty awful to lose a turn. This is just one tricky rack to deal with. I don't have anything for going after Zia. I could play Conjay, keeping BEI. Well, I haven't seen anything which scores more than the neg. And 27 points is quite a good score. 16 minutes on my clock. So I'm going to have to hope that I draw some consonants. And I don't. However, I have got scoring tiles in the B and the P. Through an L, I would have epiboli, but not as a bingo. Un takes an I after it. I certainly do want to play off one of the I's. I'm not too bothered about the duplicate E. So a play of OB would sort the rack out to some extent. Again, keeping a vowel-heavy rack leave, but that's part of the problem with vowel-heavy rack leaves. They tend to self-perpetuate. Okay. So 34 points for my opponent, and he's closed down the right of the board. I can no longer play OB there. I could play it under my, making my as well. Is that better than changing? 11 points, probably. PWEI goes quite well with the D and S and R of disprove, and OB is a distraction for my opponent, and I am opening bingo lanes, and if he's got a 5-letter play in row H, then he'll be providing more floaters. Not great. Again, 5 vowels. I feel I'm being punished for a poor play earlier. Now, I don't have anything which goes after MI. I'm wondering if I have a 5-letter play. Gosh, I don't think I do. Despite having these nice scoring tiles, which usually go well with vowels, I can't see a 5-letter play. Now I've got wipe at J2, but that takes an S front hook and it doesn't score very much. So I'd like to do something a bit better than that. And I don't want to remove the floaters of disprove. Any takes a W in front. Well, maybe I can do better. I could play weep across here for 37, which is a good score, and I'm opening a bingo lane and providing a nice 4-letter scoring spot here, which can score well and open more bingo lanes. The trouble with this play is the rack leave. 3 vowels, including 2 bad vowels. Now what I could do instead is play woe. 6 fewer points, but a much better rack leave. This rack leave goes quite nicely with the consonants in disprove. I draw the dreaded UV combo. I'm still a bingo behind, but my opponent's on turn, so even a bingo isn't going to put me in good shape. Now I can play pave at L1 and or. It's difficult to play the U and the V, but that at least plays off one of them. And vape in the same spot for more points. Only 20 for my opponent. Lawn takes an F in front and a B, I think. So how can I open this board up even more? I still haven't got an L for going on the end of Zia, although I do have an S, so I could play Suave. But that takes an R. I don't have one. I'm very reluctant to touch any of these nice floaters in Disprove. I feel that that's my way back into the game. I'm wondering about sticking an S on the end of Lawn. But I can't see a good play. Well, what about just playing Juve up here? This leaves an excellent rack leave. It creates a new bingo lane in column 15. It's a distraction for my opponent. Yeah, I think that's fine. Finally, a nice rack. Surely I can bingo here. I've got diapers on my rack. That plays in column 15, making fad. I've got dispred at A1, which is even better, with the P getting doubled and then the whole word being tripled. So I hope my opponent's distracted at the top right, preferably with a 3-letter play for 9 points. Ah, okay. Well, he's blocked Dispred. He's left Diapers and Despair. I am 135 points. 115 points behind. Now, is there a play beginning SP? So there's Aspired. Well, Praised is going to score more, isn't it? Aspired, Diapers, Despair, Praised. Pardies, possibly. Anyway, Praised is the best of those I've mentioned, 91 points. Horrible. 3 R's. And that's really annoying because 5 of these tiles are really good. And if I'm able to jettison just the 2 R's, I'm going to score very little for them. I could play Kerr for 15. But having come sort of back into the game, I was hoping to keep the momentum going. Now, if there were a floating U, I don't think Incurrer is good, but it could be. Praised has opened up column 14, which is good. This is just a tricky rack to deal with. Well, I've got Kerr. Only 1 R to come. I can't see a way of getting the C doubled. I can't see anywhere to play off just the 2 R's. I could play ERR and N. Well, that's a bit of a body blow. Just as I'd got back into the game, my opponent bingos and establishes a 100-point lead. However, the game is not over yet. There are 31 tiles left. I can play Ricer down here. 21 points. An okay rack leave. It goes well with the E of Ricer. Column 14 still available for bingos. Yeah. Not great. A ton of vowels unseen, but only 1 on my rack. I can play Jug through the U of Juve. That would be really nice if it stays available, and my opponent might be trying to close down the floaters in Ricer. So, what else do I have? Well, I can certainly play through this E. I've got Jedi. But it would be nice to get rid of the J and the G because they're my non-bingo-y tiles, and I haven't given up on this game yet. So I've got Jig on my rack. Jizz not good, or not spelled like that. I've got the ing ending. I can't see anywhere for Jig. Yep, nice play. 35 points for my opponent. He's left alone my Jug spot. Not provided anything better for my J. Ah, well, has he though? Yes, he has. Wow, glad I didn't miss that. Jading for 62. That'll rattle him. And I draw the X. Fantastic, I'm only 51 points behind. Where are the super hot X spots? I can't place it on this double letter square. I can't see a bingo with this rack. I could play Mux. 36 points, keeping B-E-O-R-T. That's quite a promising 5-letter set. The floating R of Disprove is still available, as are the E and R of Ricer. So, definitely not over yet. What have I got down the bottom of the board? Okay, that's been taken out. So, what I was thinking of was playing Mux here. I could play Raux for the same score, but I think Bota's a better rack leave. 36 points for Mux. I could play Oxa above Yarak for 36 points, keeping BMT, 9 minutes on my clock, but I think this is a better rack leave. No R's to come, so I'm not going to duplicate the R. Yeah. Well, I'm 60 points behind. The vowels are starting to come out now, and look at the remaining vowels. 12 out of 18. There's only 6 consonants left. Okay, maybe I should have thought about that a bit more on my last go, when I thought I had a balanced rack. What was not balanced were the unseen tiles. Now, I don't have a bingo with this rack. I'm likely to draw vowels. Seven for my opponent, which is good. It means I'm still 1 bingo away. 7 tiles left. He's played off 3 of the remaining 6 consonants. He could be sitting there with 6 or 7 vowels. So, how best to handle this? I really want to hang on to my consonants. I thought for one moment I had koi down here. I don't. 9 minutes on my clock, so tons of time. I notice the F is still available and flawn is good. So, how can I score well? By playing O and I. Vo is good. I could play Geo. But I'm 70 points behind, and if I score too little, a bingo won't be enough. $11. I'm keeping the R available. But Tull has taken out 2 bingo lanes, so my opponent just needs to play anything against this R. And there are no bingo lanes. So, what about playing OI down here for fewer points, but opening up a bingo lane in column 2? And my opponent may struggle to block this. Although if he's got the W, he can. But anyway, if he blocks this, he's leaving the R alone. So I think I will go with this. I could play IO in the same spot. Is there any advantage to doing that? No, Fon and Won, Fin and Win, all good. So I have Beatia. Rin would have been good, annoyingly. Ron isn't. Ebriate is the anagram. That does play because Eon is good. So I have a bingo in column 2. Now, do I have one through the R of disprove? Can't see one. 5 tiles in the bag. I'm 64 points behind. The O of disprove also available. Can't see anything ending with that. So at the moment it's just ebriate. I'm still looking at the R of disprove. Now there's also the IS for a 9-letter play ending ISE. Can't see anything there yet. So it's for ended rise, I would have BA EIT. Well, close to T-berries. So it would be an anagram of, not of beta rise. Beta risi. Biseriate. Possibly. But that doesn't fit. Okay, so I can't see anything through IS. My opponent's got 9 minutes left. I've got 7. Are there any bingo lanes I've overlooked? Well, a bingo ending AV. I don't have one of those. Lobi does take a G in front. Great, my opponent has blocked the R, and it's the wrong play. Fantastic. So, I have ebriate. Is there just the one spot for it? And does Beatia definitely not play? Yeah, Beatia doesn't. Ebriate does, ending EON. AON not good. Yeah. So ebriate for 66, which is going to bring me to within 6 points. It all depends on what the final tiles are. If I get the F and the W and a vowel, I could be in with a chance. Well, I get a little bit of that. I have FOU, which I can surely go out with somewhere. But my opponent has got the W, which could well be enough for him. He's got woe in column 1. I've got UFO and foo on my rack. So I've got UFO and oi for 19. Well, that doesn't beat woe, but it's going to be jolly close. Where else can my F, or where else can I go out? Fizz not good. Yep, 33 for my opponent. I get 8 on count back, which will take me to 415. So I need to score 31 to draw. That is not going to happen. So 6 minutes on my clock. This is what I've seen for 19 points. Can't see anything better. Can't use the floor and hook. So, this is my play. Just wait for my opponent to formally end the game, which he does, and the final score, 434 to me, 446 to my opponent, a winning margin of 12 points. So, well done to my opponent, a very close game and an exciting game. Let's see what I missed. So, it was me to go first. Well, I prefer ace to age as a rack leave, although Acme does score fractionally more. Now, horrible rack for my opponent. He plays Zia. I play Kuta for 25. Chow. Also worth considering, despite the U, there's a better vowel consonant balance, but I still prefer Kuta. Nice rack for my opponent. He has Disprove and others. Horrible rack for me, I thought, or I struggled with it. Biogen, I3. Ah, well, Disproven is good then, and a good score, 32 points. What did I do? Neg for 27, and this began a series of several vowel-heavy racks. So, yeah, Biogen, a better play. It only scored 5 more points, but the rack leave of E was better than my rack leave. Horrible rack for my opponent. He plays Finns. Now, what did I do here? I played Obi for 15. No, for 11. Okay. Bo Peep D3. Yep, quite nice. Although not a nice rack leave, but it's a case of looking down at these rack leaves, and this is why it was such a difficult move. Generally, I'm looking for a balance between score and rack leave, and all of these rack leaves are very close to being unacceptable, or they look like there should be a better play available, apart from maybe the PIE rack leave, but then look at the score, it's absolutely tiny, so just a tricky rack. My opponent plays any. Now, K3, owie, keeping IOP. Instead, I played Woe for 2 fewer points, but I prefer my rack leave vowel heavy, but nice vowels. Horrible rack for my opponent. He plays Lawn, so he just played the L and the N. At this point, I'm over 100 points behind. And I play Yuva, and I think that's fine. My opponent plays Chi. And now, my luck turns. I have Praised for 91. But my opponent has the blank and slaps down Slitted. Sirai keeping Ren. Yep, that's slightly better than Risa. Same score, but I'm keeping the E rather than the I. However, a ton of E's to come. Nice play by my opponent. And I have Jading for 62. My opponent has Thigh, and at this point I'm still 100 points behind. Brux. Very nice, keeping Tome. That, I think, was the play. I played Mux for 36, keeping Bota. Now, at this point, there are a lot of vowels in the bag. However, I still think Brux for 12 extra points is worth it, and I'm playing off the R on the board at the moment, there are 2 floating R's. So Bruck's slightly better there, I think. My opponent plays Tull. And there are 7 tiles left, most of them vowels. Biter for 29, I don't think is great. So I play OI to create a second bingo lane. Now, if I play Biter, I'm providing no floaters that need to be blocked. All that happens is my opponent blocks the R and it's game over. So although OI scores 23 fewer points, strategically I think it is the right play because it gives me a chance of bingoing next go and winning the game. Now, my opponent plays E, blocking the R, which is probably the right thing to do. And I have Ebriate at I2. I2. Oh, wow, there was a better spot. A much better spot, scoring 19 more points. How annoying. I thought I had checked that and I hadn't. Oh, wow. That could well have cost me the game. 85 points would have taken me to 426, a 13-point lead. Ah, that is pretty sickening. So I had plenty of time to check. I thought I had checked, and I didn't find the better spot. Most annoying. My opponent plays Woo for 33. And now, if I'd scored 21 more points, I'd have been 18 points adrift. I'd have only needed to score 10 with countback and I'd have done that. Although, obviously, Woo wouldn't have been available. But my opponent would probably have scored less than 33 if I'd played in the right spot. Anyway. And finally, UFO was the best outplay. So, quite an exciting game. Very close at the end. The misplacement of Ebriate may have cost me the game with the tiles in the bag, but that happens sometimes. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed watching that, and I will see you next time.